which is the first initiative focusing on globalizing Arabic literature in English language. She is the key organizer of the first international conference on Arabic literature at RIT Dubai, which happened last year in February, end of February. Hosny delivered the first elite workshop in the Arab world in collaboration with Professor Dean Rigger, the president of the ELO, Electronic Literature Organization, and Professor John Barber at the RIT Dubai. She also initiated the first autobiographical collection of Arab elite authors on the ELM-CIP knowledge base in 2015. Please welcome our speaker, Reham Hosny. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So, languages of AR narration, Arabic perspectives. I'm going to discuss the conversions or collaboration of different languages in the augmented reality and the holographic novel of Al-Barrah, the announcer. Actually, Al-Barrah is a work in progress. It's a collaborative digital project between the programmer Muhammad Nasif and myself. Al-Barrah is the first paper novel that combines the technologies of augmented reality and a hologram with an Arabic linguistic text within the borders of the paper page. Al-Barrah is divided into two parts. Each part narrates a different story from the other part. The first part narrates after the Arab Spring situation in the Arab world now, and the second part imagines what happened in the lost continent of Atlantis and what led to its disappearance in a day and night. The first story happens in contemporary times. The second story goes back in ancient times and the time of legends. Actually, the novel of Al-Barrah can be read from both sides. So the reader needs to flip the book upside down to read the second story. The two stories converge at the middle of the book, and at this point the reader can get the connotations of the two stories together. So the two main technologies employed in Al-Barrah is augmented reality and hologram. For augmented reality, it's defined as a technology in which a user's view of the real world is enhanced or augmented with additional information generated from a computer model. And for the hologram, it's 2D or 3D projections of light that show objects or people hovering in the air. And before proceeding to discussing the different kinds or modalities of languages in Al-Barrah, first we need to reflect on the nature of the conversation or the interaction between humans and digital devices. Chris Crawford defines this process of interaction as a cyclic process between two or more active agents in which each agent alternately listens, thinks, and speaks, a conversation of sorts. So Crawford calls this process of interaction a conversation, although it's a symmetric conversation because humans speak natural language while computers or digital devices speak the language of codes and algorithms. So, the novel of Al-Barrah is a multimodal text. It consists of different modalities, different semiotic sciences, different languages. We can define here in this novel 4 types of languages: verbal language, oral language, visual language, and code language. For the verbal language, we have 2 types: either paper-based Arabic language. This is a page from the novel. Here we have Arabic linguistic text like this, and after that we will find a photo like this. The reader will download an augmented reality application on her digital device and open. This application is designed specifically for Al-Barrah. After that, she will open the application on her digital device and direct the camera to this photo. The reader starts getting a digital content. The digital content is written in Arabic and in English and in some parts in hieroglyphic also. So any reader who doesn't know Arabic but know English can explore this digital content, understand the connotation or the meaning of the digital content, and this is another kind of narration.
كيف أجبرت المجاعة الشديدة سكان تلك المناطق على أكل الحيوانات مثل القطط والحشائش والقمامة.
So it will be like this. You will get this digital content on your device, triggered by this static photo on the paper. Also, for the oral language, in some parts of the novel of Al-Barrah, some photos will link the reader with a digital content which is an audio. Like in this photo, the narration on paper ends with a certain scene, which is the protagonist is jailed in a prison, and one of the jail officers grab her from her, and the narration ends at this point. And we as readers can't know what happened after that unless we go to using the AR application and direct it towards this photo to get this audio. From this audio, the narration is continued here through sounds, just sounds. We hear different kind of sounds here, footsteps, cries, sounds of keys, doors. So from the continuation of these sounds, we as readers can get the connotation, or we can infer what happened after that. So the narration started on paper and to be continued through this digital content. It will be like this. get on your digital device to complement the paper-based narration. Also, the reader is asked to sing a song or recite a poem inspired by some scenes in the novel of Al-Barrah and upload it on the novel's website to be heard by all readers. So this is another kind of language which is oral language. For the visual language, here the hologram technology is employed here. The reader, triggered by a photo, will get a hologram video. The reader will play the video on her digital device and use this plastic pyramid, which the reader will design by herself. And to put this pyramid on the screen of her digital device, what happens is the light of the hologram video is projected inside the plastic pyramid like this to get shapes in full dimensions, like this book. This is Osiris' book, and this book will go around, and many different shapes will get out from this book, and from the movement of the book and the movement of the shapes, which will be some ancient statues, some future or present inventions. From all these shapes, we as readers can get the meaning of this content, which means that the Book of Osiris will tell you as a reader the news of ancient people and the news of the future. So we can try it here. This is what will you get as a reader inside the plastic pyramid. But to get it, you should receive this part inside a dark room. So this is what will you get.
أنا أوزاريس إله الآخرة والعالم السفلي والبعث. هذا كتابي يحوي تاريخ الأمم ومستقبلها وأسرار الكون. أأمرك أن تطهر نفسك قبل قراءة هذا الكتاب، وإلا ستصيبك اللعنة، ستصيبك اللعنة، ستصيبك اللعنة.
So this what will you get as a reader inside the plastic pyramid. This is also an example of the conversions of different languages, because here we have verbal language, we have oral language, we have visual language also. So another example here for the visual language. This photo, this static photo, is a trigger to a digital content, which is a 3D boot like this, a boot of illegal migration, and we can see the boot before our eyes moves. In the background we hear the sounds of the sea and the waves. So this is another example of visual language. We have code language also. Werder Frogen differentiated between what happens on the screen, which he called surface, and what stays behind the screen, which he called data. Also, Arces differentiated between scriptum, what is presented on the screen, and what is stayed behind the screen, which he called textum. Al-Barrah, the novel of Al-Barrah has digital content, which is AR application, hologram technology, videos, pictures, sounds, and website. And behind all these things, we have code language, which is considered for some critics or some linguistics another kind of language. So, the novel of Al-Barrah starts a conversation between humans, paper book, and digital devices in different languages and modalities. If we borrow the concept of multimodality as clarified by Gunter Kress and Leuven. In spite of their differences, these languages collaborate in forming the intended message of Al-Barrah. Immersive technologies such as augmented reality and hologram help readers use most of their senses in receiving the e-lit piece. And thank you.